If not properly mummified, my husband will be vulnerable to evil spirits. Only the Book of the Dead can guide and protect him in the realm of the dead. And who are you that you do not know? I am His Majesty, Makare Hatshepsut, esteemed pharaoh over the upper and lower lands of Egypt. Indeed, I am a woman, but since Egyptian pharaohs are typically male, convention demands that I be addressed as a man and wear an official beard. It is a strange situation, but nothing I cannot handle.
Usually the first part of these cases are pretty much just going to be talking. Then once we get into the actual puzzles and problem solving, this should be much more interesting to watch. But until then, just enjoy your history lesson.
When my husband Pharaoh Thutmose II passed on, his son, Thutmose III, was only 5 years old and too young to rule. I, therefore, took the throne for myself, and I've discovered it suits me exceedingly well.
I just realized I just went over the 15-minute time limit, so I guess this is going to be a two-parter, but then again, that intro is going to make that. Anyhow, alright, we're done talking to her.
Don't forget, we can always re-ask any questions we've already brought up.
Shut up, no one asked. Alright, so the first part is the actual point-and-click adventure. Pick up the torch, and use the torch on the torch. Torch-on-torch action, baby.
Way to go. Now we'll turn up the heat on this case.
Yeah, I get used to really bad one-liners. There's tons of them in this game, but it's for kids. What do you expect? Let's examine.
The magnificent temples of Egypt are all the rage nowadays. They're much more popular than those stuffy old-fashioned pyramids. My temple at Der El Bahri is the grandest of all.
Queen Hatshepsut built many monuments, but when her nephew, Thutmose III, succeeded her, he destroyed most of them. This temple is the only one that will survive to the modern age.
I love how Hatshepsut's just like, yeah, whatever, you're full of bullshit.
These myrrh trees weave precious oils valued for their healing properties and scented smoke. My traders brought them back from their voyage to Punt.
The voyage to Punt, near Somalia, brought back rare woods, precious oils, and detailed information about African plants and animals. Murals of these African species can still be seen on the walls of Hatshepsut's temple in the 20th century.
Okay, I think that's everything except the torch, but who gives a damn? It's just a torch. Alright, let's go to the Tomb of the Valley of the Kings.
May the gods protect you.
Welcome. Have you come to help me prepare the deceased pharaoh for his mummified voyage to the afterlife?
First we meet a pharaoh with a fake beard. Now we need to make a body into a mummy. This is one strange investigation.
You know, in today's society, this would probably give the game a T rating instead of an E, but that's just my opinion. Anyhow, let's talk to him.
Greetings, strangers. It's just you and me, and of course the mummy. Perhaps you'd like to help.
I don't know why, I just like this guy's voice. Just sounds so excited about working with a dead guy. I don't know.
We've been hard at work here, transforming dear Thutmose into a proper mummy for his trip to the afterlife. But all my assistants have run off looking for the thief who stole our Book of the Dead. I can't finish this mummy all by myself. Well, actually, I'm at a loss. As head priest, I rarely have to do the dirty work myself. I'm really more of a mummy manager. So, with my helpers gone, I don't know what to do next.
Oh yeah, sure, that sounds smart.
Somewhere in this tomb lies a second set of mummy-making instructions. But protocol demands that the head priest, that's me, avoid getting dusty. Luckily, you scruffy-looking visitors look perfect for the search.
So basically, you're gonna put random people that you've never met before, wear different clothing, and probably from a different time period in charge of something that's important. Sounds like a grade A plan to me.
Ah, you must mean my ceremonial mask. This mask represents Anubis, a fearsome god with the head of a desert jackal. Hardly. Anubis is the god of the dead, who weighs your heart before you enter the underworld. Not precisely. He weighs your heart against the feather of truth to judge your worthiness. After death, the worthy go on to the afterlife, while the evil are gobbled up by the ever-famished monster, Amit.
I love how everyone speaks English, but I know, I need to stop complaining. I just find it so funny.
Not exactly. The instructions will help us finish making the mummy, but we'll still need the Book of the Dead afterwards. For now, let's just stick to the mummy making.
Okay, so let's just continue. Alright, so basically we need to finish the mummy using these containers, but
My ancient Egyptian is rusty. I can't quite translate the hieroglyphs on these jars.
yeah, what she said. Jackass over here for some reason doesn't want to help us. I'm sure he can read it, but anyhow.
What do you keep in these jars?
Those are royal canopic jars, where King Thutmose's liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines are quietly resting.
Ugh, sorry I asked.
I'm not sure if it's the Egyptians, but I know some culture used to use hooks to pull the brain out from the nose. I bet you just totally wanted to hear that.
I'll bet Thutmose II looked better when he was ruling 10 million people.
We recently removed the pharaoh's internal organs and packed him in salty natron to dry out. He has had better days.
Well, so much for retirement benefits. Alright, let's get into the dark passage.
Wow, it's dark as a tomb in here. Oh, yeah, we are in a tomb.
And here's the second piece of the note.
Our time thief was in this tomb and dropped a piece of Carmen's note.
Seek out a form to hide behind. Yeah, see, middle piece is probably the most useless in almost all the situations. Seriously, why do you need such a big note for so little words anyhow? So, you may be wondering, what do we do here? Let's use the torch.
That's the lit torch, and it is hot.
Alright, then here we go. It teaches you all the hieroglyphs. So first we start off with the oil, which is this. Then we use the bandages. And then finally the mask. Now I just need to pray. My memory isn't so stupid I can't even remember this. I'll show you what happens if you get it wrong though. Give me a sec. What am I saying? I can't believe I can't remember that.
Did you see those hieroglyphs on the wall? I wonder what they mean.
Enough exploring! Are you ready to begin the mummy preparing ceremonies?
We've seen the sights. Okay, pilot, let's start the ceremony.
This is pretty much what happens if you get it wrong. I know this is wrong. Come on.
No, we can't use that wine now. It will stain everything. What a mess. We'll have to begin again. Let me restore the mummy to its original condition.
Let's have another look at those hieroglyphs while the priest cleans up in here.
Everything is cleaned up in here. Let us begin the mummy making again.
Okay, seriously, who keeps wine in here? Why would you keep wine next to... In case you don't know, this is honey. I'm pretty sure this is honey. So anyhow, first we start off with this, which I believe is the oil. Yup.
Correct. The oil keeps the skin soft.
Cool. The hieroglyphs on that jar really do mean oil.
I like how he said he has no clue what to do, and yet he knows the correct order in which to put the stuff in. Loopholes for the win!
Ah, yes, that's right. This resin-soaked cloth protects the body from air and helps it hold the proper shape. Even in death, a pharaoh must keep up appearances.
Excellent. More genuine hieroglyphs decoded.
In case you don't know, that's the bandages, and this is the final one, the mask.
This mask is adorned with prayers to protect the mummy's head from evil spirits. Praise the gods! That's a wrap. We still need the Book of the Dead, but for now, let's move the mummy to the final burial chamber.
Whoa, we're in the burial tomb. Let's dig out our thief and recover the Egyptian Book of the Dead.
Now, for those of you who don't know, I don't think you can enter this tomb if you don't already have the two pieces of the note. I've never tested it. But anyhow, let's start here. The first part, that's the last part of the note.
Right. That's the final piece of Carmen's note. Let's read it, then use the chronopedia to figure out her hidden meaning. Once we do, we'll know the spot where our thief is hiding.
The king of the gods will do just fine. Anyone with even basic, knowledge of Egyptians knows who the king of the gods is. But basically, the note is pretty much telling you to find a hole in the pharaoh's tomb and hide behind the king of the gods. That's pretty much what the note is telling us.
I'll activate the time cuffs straight away. Once they're active, use them on the hiding spot indicated in Carmen's note. And remember, the Chronopedia can help us figure out what the Carmen note means.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. I hate reading.
This gentleman is Amun-Re, the sun god. Legend has it that every 12 hours, he and the sun rode across the sky in a boat. This slender, ibis-headed individual is Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom. A real philosophical sort.
Yeah, I'm just examining all this to get this out of the way, and then we'll arrest the villain.
That's Isis, the mother goddess, who brought the mummified Osiris back to life. This hungry-looking fellow is Anubis, god of death. His jackal head represents the real jackals that roamed Egyptian graveyards. Don't toss him a bone.
Yeah, in case you're hearing that sound in the background, that's my Steam. I forgot to turn it off. Sorry.
That serious-looking dude is Osiris, the god of the underworld. Not the best guy to take a loan from.
Well, it depends what that loan is.
That's called a sarcophagus. It protected the dead from grave robbers, wild beasts, and evil spirits. This little skiff took the ultimate plunge. It transported the dead to the Egyptian afterlife. The Egyptians prepared for everything. Food and drink were placed in the tombs of the dead for their long journey to the afterlife. These statues are called Ushabtis. They were servants who accompanied the royal dead.
Alrighty, so now we examined everything. We can talk to her, but I don't care. Alright, so the note is saying to hide behind the king of the gods. And anyone with even a basic knowledge knows that Amun-Ra, the sun god, was considered by the Egyptians to be the king of the gods. So that's where he's hiding.
Bullseye! Carmen's note pointed to the king of the gods, and that means Amun-Re, the Egyptian sun god. This case is sealed shut. Sir Vile is under wraps, and the Book of the Dead is back on track. Let's go, Sir Vile. We've got a nice, damp Acme cell where you can kick back and rust.
You have put the lid on my dark deeds for now, Acme agents. But you shall never seal my armored coat!
Congratulations! You snagged that sneaky Sir Vile, bagged the Book of the Dead, and even managed to mummify a pharaoh. I salute you! Thanks to you, the ancient ruler will have laughter in the afterlife, and Egyptian history is restored. Great job! There's another case ahead if you want to take it. Ready to get right back to work?
Alrighty, that was the first case, so we'll continue on the next case. And what's going to be part 3, because this was a 30-minute recording session already. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.